Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy X HD Remaster. So the last video we took out the Chocobo Eater and we're actually now able to ride the Chocobo for free. And I should say, ride the Chocobo for free this time. I'm definitely going to take advantage of that, and I think that that's a good idea.
Summoners and Guardians, I saw the fight. I was impressed.
Okay. But yeah, very good idea in my opinion. We're actually able to, I guess, pick up a couple of items on the, I think it's actually considered the Lowroad, the Mihen Lowroad, if I'm remembering correctly. But either way, again, we're going to need the Chocobo for that. So definitely grab that Chocobo. And, you know, again, for this time at least it's free. I have I've made a lot of trips through here recently, and because I'm just a little bit farther storyline wise, and I came back to like recruit people and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny. The travel agency has made quite a bit of money off of me because of that.
Thank you so much for your words yesterday.
A safe journey to you.
Alright, so here's Shalinda and Macon. Nothing, they don't really have a whole lot to say to us for the time being. But yeah, alright, so here is where there's kind of a fork in the road, and down into to the right hand side there, that's where we'll want to go. Here we can actually open up the chests with the Chocobo, and we got, what was it, two high potions there.
Gee, Captain Lucille and Elma should have been here by now.
Alright, so here's Clasco is waiting for the other Chocobo Knights. Which, you know, Elma is up top and then Lucille is actually down here in the canyon.
What are you doing on this road?
Oh, you know.
I see. The high road ends over there. However, we have sealed off the area beyond for the duration of our operation here. You may ask the gate captain up ahead if you need to pass through.
Okay, so Lucille's asking us why we're even down here, which, yeah, I mean, not really, you know, storyline-wise, this isn't the direction that we need to go, but for treasure hunting purposes, it is. Down here is the Mars Crest, I believe it is. That is for, I think that's Orin's weapon. So we'll just crack that open. Boom, Mars Crest right there. You know, unfortunately we won't be able to really make use of that for quite some time, but might as well grab it while we're here. Anyways, alright, so here, if you stand on top of the Chocobo feather, the Chocobo will jump to this fortune sphere, and then the fortune sphere is used for activating luck nodes on the grid. I don't think I put the luck node in quite yet. I think I ended up using that with Titus, but as I've kind of mentioned actually a couple of times in the earlier videos there, Titus, specifically in the spot that he's at right now, doesn't have any open node spots because his grid is so densely packed for the time being. So you know, can't really do much with that. Here's another feather on the left hand corner, and that's gonna lead us up to, I think it's 2 items up here. Which is the Thunder Blade right there. I think that's for Orin. And then what do we have here? The Scout. So the Scout is a weapon for Waka. That is going to have the sensor ability on it. I don't know if that specific Scout has anything, excuse me, else on it, but I don't know. There's going to be a weapon. I don't know if it won't be in this video, but and honestly, actually, maybe not even the next video. It might be two videos up. Called the TKO. It's a weapon that we can buy from Awaka, and it will randomly turn an enemy to stone. And I actually really like that for Waka. It makes him pretty deadly to certain enemies, and it's really useful for enemies that have a lot of health. It's not so great for his, like the average enemies that he's taking out, like the smaller flying enemies, because he's usually able to one-shot them. And unfortunately, the TKO, when we use that and turn the enemies to stone, you actually can't overkill like that. And so, if you're kind of just using it on everything, it's probably not the best way to go. But for certain enemies, it's really nice. Like dual horns. The dual horns are running around down here, and they've got an okay amount of health, but they also hit pretty hard. And so, Waka actually being able to turn them to stone is kind of nice. Or I should say enemies like that. We can't specifically do that quite yet. But yeah, coming up. Anyways, well, that's such a huge tangent. But anyways, so like I was saying there, the scouts aren't so great for Waka, but we really just don't have that much for decent weapons at the time being. So anyways, at this point, I think I'd go down and speak with Awaka one more time here, and I think I loaned him the rest of the cash that I needed for the discount.
Coming down to the old road was a mistake. You can't run a business with no customers. Say, can I interest you in something?
Alright, yeah. So at this point now we can loan him... Actually, I should say, I believe this is the last point in the game where you can actually loan him money. Beyond this, you won't be able to do that. And so, if you plan on buying much from Awaka, I mean, I'll be honest, I think that it's a good idea to do it.
Make it up to you. Coming down to the old... You can't run a business... Say, can I...
Alright, anyways. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to loan him cash. He's just really handy, and being able to get a discount...
I wonder what they're up to.
Discount from him is very useful. So, again, that's my recommendation. You need to have lent him a total of 10,001 gil in order to get that. Well, I should say in order to get the best discount. I think it actually does give you discounts for lower gil amounts, but you really should just, if you're planning on even bothering with that, make sure that you're giving him 10,001. I ended up, in other times that I've played through, I've had to farm here around him kind of, for quite a while to build up enough cash to loan him, but not this time around, and I think that's because I spent so much time in Kilika. I really did, farm there for quite a while, and so I think I just had enough gil left over from there, and then on top of that, I haven't really been buying much from vendors as far as weapons and armor goes. So I actually ended up, like I said, having quite a bit of cash to lend him at this point, and so I didn't actually have to do much farming here. There is another spot where you can spend some cash right up here, but I don't think it's worth it. But I'll actually point that out once we do that.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm a summoner?
Sorry, ma'am. No exceptions.
You dare impede a summoner's pilgrimage?
Sorry, ma'am. No exceptions.
Useless. Oh, it's you. As you can see, not even summoners can pass. But they'll call on us in the end. Just wait and see. In the meantime, I think I'll have a nap. Oh, Bartello.
The Mushroom Rock Road is off limits to non-Crusader personnel until the end of the mission.
Gee, Captain Lucy.
Gata and Luzu reporting, sir.
This is the last of them.
Good to have you with us. Go on through.
Show me how to play Blitz sometime.
Wait around. We'll have Sin beaten in no time. Any donation toward Operation Mihen would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, so this is the donation guy that I was referring to earlier. I'll be honest, I just don't think that it's worthwhile to do this. Even the most expensive item there, which is the moon ring, I just don't think is good. It's SOS, Shell, and Protect, and I just don't think that that's necessary. And then on top of that, it's 10,000 gil to do that. So again, I'll be honest, I don't think that it's worthwhile to buy any of the items from this guy.
Thank you.
So there's the scout. That's for 100 gil. Again, we've already got scouts, so that's just garbage. And then I save here because I needed to farm up, like 1,000 gil, so I did that off screen. And then I came back and gave it to him.
Donation toward Operation Mihen would be greatly appreciated.
All right, so let's give him 1,000 here, and that gets us the Ice Lance, which, yeah, so that'll be for Kamari. And yeah, I mean, that Hunter Spear that he's already got is pretty good. I mean, Ice Strike is nice for certain enemies, but I just don't think it's worthwhile to bother with that. But all right, so we've got a bunch of dialogue coming up here.
Hey, you're a summoner, and her guardians, right? Sorry for the inconvenience. What, they didn't tell you? We're bringing Sin Spawn from Oliver Spira here. Sin Spawn inevitably draws Sin, right? We're going to lure it into a trap. I'm sorry, I can't let you pass.
So, we meet again, Lady Yuna.
Yes?
You look troubled. Is there anything I can do?
Well...
I see.
Maester Seymour, let me show you to the command center.
Hold. I have a request.
Yes, Your Grace.
I need to have Summoner Yuna and her guardians let through to the command center.
But Maester Seymour... Maester Seymour, sir.
Do not worry. I will take full responsibility.
Very well, they may pass.
It is done.
Oh, thank you, Your Grace.
Yuna, it's time to go.
Oh, right.
Who does he think he is?
He's a maester. Better get used to it, yeah?
All hail, Maester Seymour.
Brave Crusaders of Spira, protectors of all Spira. Believe in the path you have chosen. Let faith be your strength. I, Seymour Guado, Maester of Yevon, will bear witness to your deeds today.
Sir! What's going on? Why is Maester Seymour backing the Crusaders, eh? They're using Albed's Machina. They're violating the teachings.
Even going against the teachings, they're willing to risk it for the greater good. Waka, I think Maester Seymour sees that too.
Lulu!
I can only speculate.
Ask him yourself.
Ah, Sir Oran. It is an honor. I would be most interested in hearing what you've been doing these past 10 years.
I've got nothing to say about it.
I see. Sir Oran must be a great asset as a guardian.
Your Grace.
Please, there's no need for formalities.
Excuse me. Maester Seymour, why is your lordship presently present here, sir?
Please, speak as you normally would.
Isn't this operation against the teachings of Yevon? Aren't you gonna stop them?
It's true. I should. However, both the Crusaders and the Al-Bed truly wish peace for Spira. This Operation Mihen was born from that wish they share. Although it may be sacrilege to Yevon, their intentions are pure. And I, Seymour Guado, the person, not the Maester of Yevon, as a denizen of Spira, I wish them well in their endeavor.
But using Machina, that's bad, isn't it?
Pretend you didn't see them.
Beg your pardon, but that's not something a Maester should say.
Then pretend I didn't say it.
You're kidding.
From the first time I laid eyes on him, I never did like Seymour. But you know, some of the things he said that day, they made a lot of sense to me.
Okay, so we're getting there. Obviously, Seymour saying some pretty interesting stuff. I do like, though, that even Titus admits that there's some things there that Seymour said that he kind of agrees with, or makes sense. Maybe less the fact that he's kind of ignoring. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is because he's ignoring, like, just straight up ignoring some of the teachings of Yevon. It just seems a little, dishonest. It's very dishonest in what he's saying, though. There, where, he's basically saying, or Waka asks him, they're using Machina. Like, do you condone that? And Seymour basically responds by saying, we'll just pretend you didn't see it. And then, he follows up it with, should a Maester be saying that? And then, again, the follow-up of, well, then pretend I didn't say it, It's scummy, and, that is definitely Seymour to a T. He's just kind of a scumbag, but, at the same time, you know, he does say something to the effect of, I think it's that, you know, the Crusaders are doing, you know, what they at least what they think is right. It's you know, not necessarily whatever Yevon is teaching, but yeah, again, the weird thing though is it actually is that Seymour is kind of condoning it and he's okay with it. I think that Orin really, and again, I don't know 100% if what Orin is. Orin basically in a couple of videos up here, he'll really explain kind of how he sees the decision making process of these maesters, and I tend to think that Orin is correct, and that's why they're doing it. But again, it may seem odd, you know, what Maester Seymour particularly is kind of condoning, but I think it makes more sense in light of something that Orin says. You know, again, it'll be, I don't even know if it'll be the next video, but probably the next one.
Excuse me, Lady Summoner Yuna?
Yes.
The command center. Maester Seymour requests your presence there, ma'am.
Thank you.
Take that road to the command center. It's not far. We're still in the midst of preparations this way. Sorry.
Good day, lad. Sneak past the guards, I did.
Okay, so apparently we have been called to the command center, and here, let's just see here. This is not very good. I'm just looking at this. So this is the stuff that Owaka has right now. I'll be honest. Yeah, I don't think really any of this stuff is worth buying. The light bracer seems, you know, maybe a little interesting, but also not really particularly useful. So there we already had a nice brand too. I think is Owaka actually selling one of those too? You know, I don't know. Somewhat at least useful for the bomb enemies that are in the area, but I think I'm just gonna probably hold off on buying stuff. So there's the scout. That must be the one from the treasure chest. And then the other scout, wow, that's just garbage. That was the one that I bought, or I donated to Operation Mihen to get. And yeah, that's just completely pointless.
Be making a fortune with Operation Mihen prices. But you, lad, you get a discount. I owe you one, eh?
Alright, there you go. So there, Owaka's even saying there that he owes us a discount, I guess. And yes, that is the case. So we'll be getting, I think it's 30% off of the prices now because I donated the 10,001 gil, which again I don't know. I plan on buying more from Owaka from this point on as well. So we'll definitely be taking at least somewhat advantage of the discounts, but. I think this is the end. Yeah, this ends up being the last battle for this video. There's nothing fancy here, but I think we'll start maybe. I think if I'm remembering correctly, running into Garudas in the. I guess it's probably the next screen or starting in the next screen, all the way up to the command center. So, kind of a blast from the past enemy from Besaid Island. But all right. Anyways, that is it for this one. As always, I hope the guide was helpful and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.